Technology, a word for sure all of us are familiar. It is a set of knowledge, skills, experience, and techniques which transform and use our environment in order to create tools or services that meet our desires or needs. The sudden surge of information and communication technology has created an influence on how people's lives have been changed for better or for worse. Indeed, ICT already made big changes and we all have experienced it, right? And with that being said, our today's discussion is all about the influence of IT on culture and social behavior. The Philippines is dubbed as the most social nation according to the study conducted by Opera Mini last 2015. In Opera Mini's top 50 user countries worldwide, the Philippines ranked first with an 86% page view and a view average of 699 pages per month. But why? It's because of the smartphones. As you may have noticed, smartphones are becoming more cheaper and accessible. Because of that, people get to spend more time online wherever and whenever they want. With this alarming type of technological process, it is observed that the attitude and behavior of people, not just Filipinos, are evolving to meet technological evolution. The fast-paced evolution of mobile technology and internet has greatly changed how people perceived communication. Gilkey identified in his articles the many hundreds of small ways that technology alters individual and collective behavior on a daily basis. It may not be noticeable, but little did we know that these small ways are slowly becoming more prominent. So you see, technology can reshape or modify our approach towards something, and probably one of the reasons why we have generation wars. And di ba makita ninyo sa Facebook nga spread ang mga pictures, most likely memes, which compares the Generation Z, Millennial, Generation X, and Baby Boomer. Like kung unsa ba ang mga changes nga nahitabo from Baby Boomer to Generation Z.
Influence on culture. Rapid development in technology in the last several decades have changed the nature of culture and modes of cultural exchange, as people around the world transact and transmit information to each other through the use of computers and satellite communications. So here are some examples on how technology influenced culture. So the first one is online review. This is an example of how technology affects the basic human behavior of decision making. This trend is very helpful for us buyers who buy stuff online. And an example for that is a Shopee, where we mostly buy things like clothes, home decor, or other stuff we can find. We always check reviews of the product before buying it. If puros ba siya 5-star or if tsada ba ang mga reviews, or if pag wala pa kayo reviews, di nato dayon og palit kay we are afraid na basig pangit ang madawatan nato. And that concludes how technology affects the basic human behavior of decision making. Weblogging or social media. This trend created a culture of people dining with friends or family without actually interacting with them. People would first take pictures of their meal and post it online. Others, during the course of the meal, would even use their phones to update their online status instead of talking to other people in the group. This is one typical example of how technology affects social interaction. And lastly, YouTube learners. I think we all agree here that we can learn things on YouTube. And this is another situation in which technology affects the culture of learning. Especially children karon na early pa lang ga YouTube na, then makabalo na mag-ABC because of watching videos on YouTube. Na instead of the usual way of educating or learning through reading books or listening to teacher's lecture, pwede na sila sa YouTube makalearn. They just have to search then watch videos.
Now let's talk about the influence of IT on social behavior, specifically in cyberbullying. So there's no doubt that technology has a lot of benefits. However, it also comes with a negative side. It has given birth to cyberbullying. Cyberbullying refers to the misuse of information technology with the intention to harass others. So, cyberbullying is a hostile behavior done by individuals to someone with the hope of gaining control over them. Classmates, neighbors, or office mates can be cyberbullies. The worst thing that would happen to those victims is that they may end up having personal traumas, and really, it's not an easy thing to overcome. Since the act of bullying is done online, the attackers may be also individuals you do not know as they hide behind their internet profiles. Internet profile, or also called internet identity, online identity, and internet persona, is a profile created by internet users to establish their social identity in online communities, social media sites, and other websites. These internet profiles are commonly found in Facebook or Twitter, and the victims are mostly celebrities. There's a lot of fake accounts made to bash that artist, posting negative comments just to defame someone. Some consider online identity as possible breach of privacy or someone who can access information without permission, and this has led to the creation of online mask. It is an online profile created through a series of questions like the username, gender, age, and etc. But this, what we called online mask, can or may lead to misinformation. This can also be easily manipulated. A good example is Facebook. Its users is to be at least 13 years of age, but if you're not, you can easily indicate any age and continue using Facebook. Cyberbullying comes in the form of messages or images such as memes. I'm sure you're all familiar with this word because it's very famous in our generation. Although memes are used for fun, this also can be used to bully someone. These images or messages can now be posted anonymously, and that makes it hard to trace. And it becomes more problematic if it goes viral. It will be difficult to find the original post. Victims of cyberbullying may experience the same trauma as a real bullying victim. But cyberbullying is on much larger scale, and since cyberbullies use internet personas, defending oneself from this kind of attack would be difficult. But the good thing is that the Philippines has identified several laws. One of it is the Cybercrime Prevention Act, RA 10175. It aims to address legal issues concerning online interactions, the first law in the Philippines which specifically criminalizes computer crime. But ultimately, in order to prevent cyberbullying, individuals, especially the youth, are encouraged to talk to their families in case they are experiencing such situation online. Never hesitate to ask for help. If you don't know what to do, then approach your family or your close friends. They might have a solution for it to stop. Think before you post. Never forget that the internet is public. What you put there can never be erased. And involve parents and teachers in young individuals' social media accounts, such as adding them to Facebook so that they can monitor such online activity. Awareness is the key to put a stop to cyberbullying. We should be aware so that we'll be more cautious, and cyberbullying must be reported instantly without delay to prevent further incidents from taking place.
So moving on, we will now be talking about netiquette. It is a combination of the words internet and etiquette. So just like etiquette is a code of polite behavior in society, netiquette is a code of good behavior on the internet. So here are some netiquette for social media. The personalized IT rule. Make sure to put restrictions in accepting friends or followers in your social media accounts. It is not about having the most number of followers or friends, but what matters is who you interact with and how you interact with them. The off-limits rule. Know your limitations when voicing out your opinion on different subjects or topic, especially when it concerns to your school, religion, personal information, or other issues, as this can save you from dire consequences later on. And lastly, the tag your it rule. Be careful in tagging someone either in your status post or photos. You may also restrict someone from tagging you in their posts and photos. Always think of your safety as well as others' personal boundaries. Netiquette for email services, chat rooms, and instant messaging. Email services such as sending and receiving an email from someone anywhere in the world are used in numerous contexts. So as you can see in the picture are guidelines in composing an email. So the first one is the recipient, to whom the email will be sent. The subject line, so that recipient will have a hint of the purpose of your email. The salutation or the greeting to the recipient. The body of the email, where you can put the purpose of your email, and the purpose must be short and specific. And the next one is the closing line. And lastly, the sender information. And if you have to attach some files, you just have to find the attachment icon. Netiquette for chat rooms and instant messaging. First, think long and hard before accepting a private conversation, especially with someone not in your friends list. Second, in a group chat, include only those that are in your friends list. Third, if possible, do not give your personal information while chatting, including your photos or selfies, especially if you don't really know the person you are chatting with, as this can be used for blackmailing you. Fourth, when in doubt, save a copy or make a backup of your conversation, especially if you're chatting to a suspicious person and you don't know his or her intention for chatting you. Fifth, you must log out from your account, especially if you are in a public place, such as a computer shop, so that it prevents other users from accessing your account. And lastly, you may opt to customize your account settings from public to private account. So with the set of rules we presented, practicing online etiquette is extremely important because it creates professional, mutually respectful atmosphere and improves communication online, especially that the use of internet and email in this digital age is increasing. So that ends our lesson. Thank you for listening.